yesterday I killed again, not knowing what I've done. Now mother's on the run to save her only son. Though we ran away to hide from everyone, we still ran away together. To me it was for fun. He's a book without a cover, not a poet, not a lover. His true colors have not truly blended in. His father's final words still in his head, about a banjo and the devil and the prophecy. He said, boy, take your solace in blood, route those bodies through the flood. Then he sang a wordless hymn among the dead. Everybody wants to kill the wolf, everybody wants to show the world evil is no match for them, but evil only exists to kill good. I don't want to be the devil's hand, don't want to follow his command. All I want to do is front a band. I'm not a wolf, I'm just a man. Oh, everybody wants to kill the wolf, everybody wants to show the world evil is no match for them, but evil only exists to kill good. I don't want to be the devil's hand, don't want to follow his command. All I want to do is front a band. I'm not a wolf, I'm just a man.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a big treat tonight. Are you ready? Releasing this album right here, it's called The Last Rites of Dallas Pistol. You can buy it at the merch table. It's his first time ever playing this stage. Born and raised in San Francisco. First time playing on this stage. The legendary Fillmore, the Sam Chase, and the Untraditional.
They know what they got. Oh, hell yeah.
You carry my bowl down to my grave. I gave you my word, can't give you everything. So carry my bones down to my grave, along with my pride. Can't take it with me. Carry my bones down to my grave. I give you my word, can't give you everything. So carry my bones down to my grave, along with my pride. I can't take it with me. So carry my bones, go down to my grave. I gave you my word, can't give you everything. So carry my bones, go down to my grave, along with my pride. Can't take it with me. So carry my bones. So carry my bones. So carry my bones down to my grave. I gave you my word, I can't give you everything. Welcome everyone to the first birthday of the last rites of Dallas Pistol. To celebrate, I'm gonna play the entire album from start to finish and try to improvise my way through the story in between songs here. This is really where the story begins, where we're introduced to our three main characters. We have Dallas Pistol, our protagonist, Dallas's mother, and Dallas's father. Dallas's mother and Dallas's father are what you might call a couple of deadbeats. And they formed a band and they travel from town to town in their relatively unknown, not very good band called Shit from Shinola. And they find that they're having a baby. And this is where the story starts, from the point of view of Dallas looking back at the beginning of his life. We made it in time to the Texas state line. Mama always wanted a Texas-born son. But Daddy was drunk, so I was born in the trunk of his '69 Cadillac DeVille. And they had a band they called Shit from Shinola, and I was the new member of the gang. No one had heard of them, no one would remember any of the songs crying. I can't blame them for trying, but I can just for thinking they should. But I rode by their side till the days they both died. Mornings don't come till after the night, and lessons aren't learned from living the good life. Then we go a little bit back in time to before Dallas was born, shortly after Dallas's conception. His father, realizing that he's about to bring a child into the world, starts to doubt his abilities to take care of a family, let alone a child, and how unpermitting his lifestyle really is to rearing children. Finds himself at a crossroads. Visited by a helpful stranger. This stranger, we find out later, is the devil. And the devil offers the father a modest proposal, which is he will offer his future child protection, but in exchange for his father's soul. And that's where we find ourselves in this song. Oh, his salvation isn't cheap. I'm here to give, but not for free. You only have one choice. Let me give him a voice. This world will know this boy. So the father takes the devil's deal and sells his own soul to save his sons. And in return for his soul, the devil gives the father a banjo to give to his son. This banjo, we find out, is a talisman of protection. And we also find out that that protection is a murderous, bloodthirsty rage that grows in the heart of the young child. The boy is special in many ways. He ends up becoming a part of the band. That banjo he picks up relatively quickly and becomes a bit of an attraction when they go from town to town to see the young boy prodigy on the banjo. And this is right before the bloodthirsty rage starts to build within him. The father, I like to think when I wrote this song that the father is sitting at the bar regretting his decision to sell his own soul, understanding that the protection that he thought he was going to get turned out to be something more dangerous and sinister. And I like to think he's sitting at the bar, nursing a drink, plenty drunk, telling his story to the other patrons of the bar, and the other patrons looking at him in horror at the admission that the father is giving to all of these strangers. And the father, realizing that, saying these words to the other patrons of the bar. This song is called Shame on Me, Shame on You. He's more man than I, with every day that goes by, but he doesn't know what evil. 1 second there. Quick little tuning mistake here. Got carried away with the story. Forgot to tune the string all the way. There we go. He's more man than I, with every day that goes by, but he doesn't know what evil lies buried deep inside. On the day he was born, I was approached by the only one who could ever help save the life of my one only son. You say shame on me, I say shame on you. If you knew the life he'd get into, you'd do the same thing too. Shame on me, well I said shame on you. It's the only way to save his soul, so I did what I had to do. We named them Dallas Pistol after the town where I first kissed her, and the gun she pulled to let me know the kiss was not consensual. To the next town, next show, only child on a banjo, shit from China, so yeah, no, you never had a chance with the two of us. I said shame on me, I said shame on you. If you knew the life he'd get into, you'd do the same thing too. Shame on me, well I said shame on you. It's the only way to save his soul, so I did what I had to do. What does the devil really need with all souls. And why was he there for me? It was for my boy's destiny. Oh, why it's hard not to lay by his knees. Oh, if you got nothing left to love, you say shame on me, I say shame on you. If you knew the life he'd get into, you'd do the same thing too. Shame on me, well I say shame on you. It's the only way to save his soul, so I do what I have to do. Shame on me, well I say shame on you. It's the only way to save his soul, so I do what I have to do. Shame on me, well I say shame on you. It's the only way to save his soul, so I did what I had to do. 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 It's a bear of a song. I feel like playing the song incorrectly tells the story of the drunk father at the bar a little better. Slurring over his words, falling over his chords, saying the wrong thing. I think it fits perfectly. So the story moves forward. The son's murderous rage manifests itself. People still come from far and wide to see the prodigy banjo player, the young boy. And most shows afterwards end in some sort of bloodbath or another. And the young child, Dallas Pistol, gets another reputation as a new Wild West outlaw, and for the next generation. And it proves to be not so safe for the people around him in his life. His father, it's not really said how his father dies, but I kind of like to think that within the story, his guilt gets to him, and he drinks himself to death. And this song is kind of about his love in his heart for his wife, the mother. And the father, and I like to think, is kind of a born romantic. You know, not a terribly great father and not a very good husband, but a romantic nonetheless. And this song is about him expressing his deep and undying love to his wife whilst on his deathbed. I'll burn my way back from hell for you. Claw at the walls of myself for you. You know what I've done for our smoldering sun when the gavel falls. Right, return to the light from the depths for you. Under cover of night while he slept for you. I won't be the same, but you'll know who I am from the trail of smoke. Whoa. will crumble and burn. R.I.P. the father. And now it's just the mother and the son. The father's a romantic. The mother is not so much a romantic. The mother had big dreams, and she has regrets that the way her life went, she didn't really get to see those dreams come to fruition. And she considers her life to be somewhat of a tragic life. Whereas the father really felt that he romanticized the road, and he romanticized the music and the bars and moving from town to town. That was not really what she signed up for. And she realized that, well, when I sat down and wrote this song, I wrote this song with Ted, our drummer. He came over to the house one night, we were talking about the story, and we were talking about how the mother just didn't really have much character yet. Like, she needed something to really kind of develop who her character was. And so we opened a bottle of Four Roses, plopped it in the center of the table, and we said, God damn it, we're writing that song tonight. And we didn't really know who the mother was until we started writing, and as the song kind of came to be, she kind of showed herself to us. And I didn't realize how much her character would resonate with a lot of the other women in the band, and also other female musicians in my life. You know, I kind of learned things by experiencing them, and, you know, being in a band with a bunch of women, you do see a lot of things on the road that aren't particularly kind, and we wanted to kind of include those things without coming off as two white dudes pretending to know what it's like for a woman. But we gave it a shot, and I do believe this song makes her a more sympathetic and powerful figure in the album. And she kind of became my favorite character after this song. And I think this is probably my favorite song on the album. And this song is sung by Devin McClive, our cello player. Little fun fact, during the recording of this song, Devin was 8 months pregnant with her son, Ramses. And so we thought it was, you know, it was kind of a fitting time to record that song. I'll quit rambling. The song is about the mother. The song is called Lost Girl. I'm not here to be silenced. I'm not here to be broken. I was raised in a system where doors never open. I've been running so long, there's been no point in stopping anything they've had to give. They're boring, they're lazy, they're stuck in their ways, and that's no place that I've ever been. I'm not here for your opinion. I'm not here to stoke your fire. I'm not here to listen. I'm not here to be desired. I'm a lone wolf under a blood-red moon that no one was meant to tame. I've been called special by many lonely men, but I don't think that's what they really meant. I'm called a lost girl, but I found power had more than what I could hold, but even that was taken from me. But if you look inside, you'll see that my pride is not something that you should take lightly. So come and get me. I'll be waiting. I feel that he gets me, but he's not my protector. He's not even trying. Honestly, that's what I prefer. I'm not broken, so I don't need fixing. Oh, my songs are medicine, if anyone is listening. Someday they'll know once they come see our show that the world would be worse off without them. I'm called a lost girl, but I found power in losing. I'm not alone. There's been millions and millions before me. Shit from Shandola's all I've ever known, but now I am back on the run. Now that my muse is gone, so are the songs. Your dad was the only man I've ever loved. So come and get me. I'll be waiting. I'm called a lost girl, but I found power in losing. I'm not alone. There's been millions and millions before me. You've taken everything that I've ever owned, but you'll never take my blood. He may be a monster, but he's so much stronger than any man that I have ever known. So come and get me. Come and get me. We'll be waiting. Now we've gotten to know the mother. How's the sound sounding out there? I'm getting all sorts of texts from people saying the mic is popping and stuff. Looks like that was a while ago. But also, Guy, it looks like you're saying that the microphone is a little quiet when I'm talking. Maybe I should speak up a little bit, because if I turn the mic up... Oh, we have a little visitor. Where are you? Oh, hello there. Want to say hello? No? You're just going to sit there and meow and interrupt the show? Copernicus Butterscotch, everyone. This next song is, I had a hard time understanding whose voice this was coming from here. At first, this song was going to be sung by the father while on his deathbed, singing to Dallas. And then singing his deathbed song to the mother. However, I feel like that's a lot of talking for a dude on his deathbed, so it didn't really make sense to me, and it didn't sound like it was the father's voice. And then I thought, was somebody in the bar kind of realizing the son's strange situation and pulling him aside and telling him that this world is going to be cruel and mean to a young child like him in a life like this. And for him to survive, he has to stay on the run. Then I thought that was a little too convenient. So now I kind of, and my opinion on this shifts. You know, the story is fluid. It's kind of whatever you want it to be. There's an overarching narrative, but there's not a whole lot described that kind of ties the narrative together. So it's kind of, it allows the listener to kind of weave their own story with it. I bet that I'm clipping on the guitar mic, I'll turn it down a little bit. Also, I'll do a little bit of this. That might help. Well, anyways, now I kind of think that it's like a spirit coming to him in a dream. That spirit, maybe the ghost of his father, maybe the spirit of his future self, his older self, coming to warn him of how hard his life is going to be. I don't know. The song is called Soul Child.
So take a torch to the people and show them the love.
So, the son and the mother have been found out by the public, chased by the law, but also chased by men in these different communities who come to seek out the young murderous banjo prodigy, to challenge him or to take him out. And every single time this happens, it ends in their demise. They don't know that the son has been blessed by the devil and that he can't be killed. But the son, I mean, Dallas is still just a young kid. He doesn't really fully understand what he's doing, you know? To him, it's all kind of fun. He hasn't really been taught that what he's doing is wrong, and even when he's told that what he's doing is wrong, it's the devil's murderous rage that builds up inside him. It's something that he can't control. He doesn't know how. It's like a different part of him taking control. And so the mother, realizing her responsibility over this child, decides to make a run for it with the son, to run from the law. Shit from Shinola is now a thing of the past. It's now about Dallas Pistol, the outlaw, and his mother, who loves him. So this song I wrote when I was 20 years old. I wrote this song a very, very, very long time ago. I wrote this song way before I had the idea for what Dallas Pistol was to become. And that's weird, because this song is strange when there's no context to it. However, I wrote this song when I was 20 years old, and it sat on the dusty shelf of my brain for, over a decade. And it wasn't until a few years before completing the album that I realized that this song fits perfectly in that gap where I didn't really know what to write. And so I pulled it out of the old memory bin and polished it up a little bit, wrote a couple new lyrics at the end, and it fit perfectly. So this song is called Mother and Son on the Run. Yesterday I killed again, not knowing what I've done. Now mother's on the run to save her only son. Though we ran away to hide from everyone, we still ran away together. To me it was for fun. Running through the mountains, sleeping on the forest floor. I felt that motherly love which I never had before. Left it all to save my soul. What a beautiful romance. But I killed a man, and I'd do it again if I ever get the chance. Should have seen his face as I walked out of the bar. A young boy with a knife chasing a grown man to his car. He knew exactly who I was doing what I did. But the last words he ever spoke were, who the hell's this kid? My mother stood there silently, as if what she had seen was something that she'd been expecting to happen eventually. I did not understand just what was happening inside. The devil's heart was growing, becoming one with mine. La da da, da 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 da. all starts, or is this where the story ends? It seems dull to just keep running. I guess from here it just depends on if we want to see what happens. If we see this story through, we can't agree what we do and see. We'll never unsee or do. Is the sound way low? Let's do a little check here. I can turn up the main volume here. That might be helpful. But let me know. It sounds like we're having some audio issues here and there. But hopefully it sounds good to you guys out there. So, the mother and son are running from the law, but the law eventually catches up with them. And I like to think, this isn't included in the music, but I like to think that there's a standoff between Dallas, the mother, and the law. And the mother gets caught in the crossfire, probably doing something heroic to save her son, and gets shot. And as she's lying there bleeding in the middle of the street, Dallas is holding her, and the law is just kind of looking on. The bullets are whizzing by Dallas because of his invincibility. And this is a conversation between the mother and Dallas. Just checking all your comments here. I'm actually going to go to the video itself real quick. Just want to make sure everything's... Oh, I hear that popping. It's very strange. Oh, that is weird. It is like a weird echo, isn't it? I wonder. Let me try this. Check, check, check. Okay. Oh well. Okay, well. Turn this off here. Well, hopefully, it gives it a little character. But Devin McClive, who our cello player, who sang Lost Girl, she also sings the mother's part on this song. And she wrote the first 4 lines of this song and sent it to me. And then I expanded on it and finished off the song. But we were talking about the mother's role in the story, and she went home and was inspired and wrote these first 4 lines. Nico, I don't know what that means. Switch OBS to 48K. How do I do that? Put it in the comments. I never held your heart close to mine, and I never heard those chords that you played, and I never knew that you late. And I never knew who you became. There were always too many drinks in the way. I only knew that you were this boy I had to feed. And I wish I could take it all back and have a fresh start completely from scratch. The deal we made and all of the dead would disappear. Oh, but now I fear my time is near. I can break them all, I can tear them down. No one can touch you now, as long as I'm around. Don't you leave me now, I need a soul to save. I may not heal your wounds, but I can make them pay. No, my sweet son, you don't understand. You think these are gifts, but what's guiding your hand? Not what I wanted and what I have now I deserve. No, mother, it's you. Why can't you see that everything you've ever done's been for me? We can take on the world and no one can stop me from keeping you safe and saving this family. Let's go home. Let's go home. There's no home, sweet home. There's no family. There are no photographs and no fond memories. There's no looking back. There's nothing to see. There's nothing ahead. Nothing but me. I can break them all, or I can tear them down. No one can touch you now, as long as I'm around. Don't you leave me now, I need a soul to save. I may not heal your wounds, but I can make them pay. Or I can break them all, or I can tear them down. No one can touch you now, as long as I'm around. Oh, don't you leave me now, I need a soul to save. I may not heal your wounds, but I can make them pay. I can make them pay. I like to think that the end of that song, that climax right there, is just Dallas just destroying the law for murdering his mother. An epic battle scene in my head. All right, Nico's saying in the audio output or audio settings. Let me see. That's weird. I haven't changed anything in so long. Not sure where to find all that. Audio. It's at 48K, so that's, can't fix that. But I can turn off this mic. If it is a problem with the mic, I can turn off the mic. Check, 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 check. Never mind. I guess I can't do that part. If I do this, check, check. Okay, that still works. All right. Well, I could try this. Let me know if that guitar sounds okay. It's not going to sound as full, but we can make do. I'm going to check the volume here on my own. Let's see. All right. Well, I could try this. Let me know if that guitar sounds okay. It's not going to sound as full, but we can make do. Oh no, I'm still hearing it. I'm still hearing it on my end. Are you guys not hearing it? Oops. Sounds okay. It's not going to sound as full. Comment if it still sounds good. I'm still hearing it on my end. All right, I'll move this out of the way then. Looks like everything's working. What if I turn this off? Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. All right. That's super weird. You know what it could be is the interface again. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to unplug the interface and plug it back in. We tried this on Friday and it worked, so let's try it again. Okay. I'm going to pull this back up here. Thank you all for your patience. All right. I'm moving this mic. I'm using this mic again. Let's see. I'm moving this mic. I'm using this mic again. All right. Well, we know how to fix these things now. All right. I turn my vocals back down. All right. Well, if we ever run into any problems in the future, just remind me to unplug my interface and plug it back in. Because I guess that works. Well, I hope the rest of the show was enjoyable up until this point, and that the audio problems didn't bother anybody so much that they weren't having any fun. But we trudge forth, nonetheless. This song is more of a narrative song, a song to kind of push the story forward. This doesn't come from any particular character. And there are very few of those songs on the album. Most of them come from the point of view of one of the characters, whether it be the devil, the mother, the father, or Dallas. And this song I wrote, one of the first songs that I wrote. And this one was probably written sometime around like 2013, 2012. Besides Mother and Son on the Run, the first songs that I wrote were Carry My Bones, Soul Child, and this song. Those were the first three to kind of get the narrative juices flowing. Got me to feel like there was a real story here to be told. Final words held in his head about a banjo and the devil and the prophecy. He said, boy, take your solace in blood, ride those bodies through the flood. Then he sang a wordless hymn among the dead. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Have you ever won the hearts of the whole place? Have you taken them all with you when you left? Well, he does this every night, just not the way you might think. Their hearts no longer beating in their chest. Now have you ever placed the weight of the whole world? Have you pinned it to the ground? Have you stopped it from spinning as it draws its final breath? You stand to take a glimpse of the end, or better yet, the beginning. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. So carry my boat, go down to my grave. I gave you my word, but I can't give you everything. Oh, so carry my boat, I think that pushes the narrative forward pretty nicely. You get a good idea of what's going on in the world of Dallas Pistol. And while Dallas is on the road experiencing these things, he's lost his mother, he's lost his father. Oh, I forgot to tell you something about the mother in the Mother's Lament. The mother being the kind of non-romantic of the couple and being more disillusioned with her own dreams than worrying about her young son that was I don't know how to explain that part, but just having not necessarily putting her son's needs in front of her own in many ways, at least the way I like to think of it. But then when she jumps in front of the bullets in order to try to save Dallas's life, those instincts come forward, and she realizes the love that she's had for this child since day one and took it for granted. I think that's expressed pretty well in the lyrics, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood that the relationship was a hard one, and it wasn't until those last moments that she really truly realized how much she actually cared for the child. And it's her love language was represented in her deeds, taking him on the run, not necessarily telling him how much he meant to her. So now Dallas has lost his mother, lost his father. He's being chased by the law. He understands that he's basically invincible and can get away with anything. And really embraces the role of murderous wanderer and goes from town to town just killing folks for fun and using his devil-given abilities to their utmost potential, and has a lot of fun doing it. Where to put my capo? Oh, here we go. This song is my mom's favorite of the songs on the album. She always requests this one, which I find funny, because it's all about just murdering people that probably don't deserve it. But it's a joyful little ditty because it really is supposed to express or represent just Dallas's feelings on the whole matter, which is having a good old time. Or is this a capo? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it is a capo. The song is called Finally Released. Oh, sweet release. My heart has told my body to kick in all of his teeth. Take a broken bottle, shove it right under the mandible. His face looks like a faucet with a leak. Can't explain just what is happening to me. I'm free, finally released. Oh, sweet release. I finally found something I'm good at, and it brings me inner peace. I want the world to know that I'm not just another bar rat. I'm a wolf, and wolves have gotta eat. I've never felt so fully complete. I'm free, finally released. Revenge, it's not because I am offended who it is. I really could care less. It really just depends on if you're in my field of vision, and I make a cold and calculated split-second decision to rip your beating heart out of your sternum. Oh, sweet release. I've never felt so free to do exactly what I please. Like Doc Holliday, Butch Cassidy, I'm the new Wild West outlaw to be, here to bring about your destiny. Now what to do with my newfound celebrity? Oh, I'm free, finally released. It's so cool to see some new people in the chat here. Some folks that aren't necessarily the weekly regulars, some of whom I know. It's great to see everybody. One thing I also forgot to mention, actually, let me open this record. The album is in 3 chapters. And these are for sale, by the way. That big old pile, I don't know if you can see it in the background there, it's dark. But there's a big old pile of records that are waiting to go out to the post office tomorrow. And many people in the chat, that pile has their name on it. So, the album is in 3 chapters. Chapter 1 is Dallas Pistol. That's how we are introduced to our protagonist, Dallas Pistol. Now, when Dallas Pistol becomes the murderous, nomadic loner, people stop calling him Dallas Pistol or that kid and call him the Wolf. That's his nickname. I'm the wolf, and wolves have got to eat. I've never felt so fully complete. I'm free, finally released. And there was a song that I was going to put on the album that I never really felt super good about, never really finished and fleshed out, called The Wolf, that explained why he was basically called the Wolf. So I kind of have to tell you, because otherwise you probably wouldn't know. So we are deep into the chapter of the Wolf. The Wolf starts on Soul Child and goes down to Mountains of Shame. So we have 2 more songs of the Wolf, and then the 3rd chapter I will tell you about when we get there. And that vinyl is for sale at thesamchase.com. The audio of this show needs to be on Spotify for future enjoyment. Well, I'll go back and listen to the, all those little blips and bleeps, and hopefully it'll be workable. But I will put it up on Patreon. This video will also live on Patreon forever, so you can always go back and watch it. But if you want to listen to it and not see my silly looking face looking at you the whole time while talking, I can do that too. Where are we? Oh, right. So this is an interesting one. This song was written before the narrative was really, truly fleshed out. But I was kind of building characters. And there are a lot of characters that I wanted to build for this story that just were never made, never created. That's the song off of Almost Done, Dream Your Dreams, was supposed to be a love interest of Dallas Pistol. And I just never had, I didn't want to make the album 30 songs long because, he'd have to meet her, and then they'd have to fall in love, and then he would have to either kill her or she would be killed because, you can't hang around Dallas Pistol for very long and stay alive. Maybe she was a CIA operative that was trying to infiltrate and take him down. Or maybe she was just somebody down on their luck that fell in love with the traveling roustabout, not realizing that who she was falling in love with. That character never got written. But this song is about a character who we follow from when they're a small child up until the day they died. Now, this character I like to think is kind of an upstanding member of the community, kind of like a strong, kind of like a masculine man's man that everybody looks up to. I kind of think of like, when I think of the song, I kind of think of like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, honestly. You know, kind of a douchebag, but, you know, somebody who's also well respected in the community. And that's funny, I never admitted that part. But the first couple of verses kind of explain who he is, and then the third verse describes him seeking out the wolf, to challenge the wolf to a duel, to the death. And we all know how that turns out. So this song is called Carry My Bones. And as you know, Carry My Bones is kind of a theme that's carried throughout the entire story. And it's kind of a metaphor for, like pallbearers carry someone's bones down to the grave in order to bury them, the most beloved of their friends and family. It's also about carrying the curse of the devil, or to carry one's soul, or to give one's soul and carry that soul. A lot of meanings that, none of them are very precise. I wrote the lyric before I thought of what it meant, but I do like the idea of when the whole album wraps up, how Carry My Bones becomes a kind of a mantra that Dallas was singing his entire life, not knowing that that mantra was meant for the devil's bones. So. He was a country boy, made from mud and stone, born with two strong hands that he worked down to the bone. He was a goddamn boy, came from a goddamn man who met a goddamn girl who took his gun and ran. So carry my bones, go down to my grave. I gave you my word, I can't give you everything. So carry my bones, go down to my grave. Along with my pride, I can't take you with me. Leave it to this boy, he grew into a man, one who knew his strengths and used it every chance he get. He had a way with words when he would flap his gums, but when you howl with wolves, you bring a silver tongue. So carry my bones, go down to my grave. I gave you my word, I can't give you everything. So carry my bones, go down to my grave. Along with my pride, I can't take you with me. was at his door, and he was twice his size, but no one ever seen his kind before. I'm gonna kill that wolf, he's gonna know my name. So with his two strong hands, he met him face to face. I also carry my bones, go down to my grave. I gave you my word, I can't give you everything. So carry my bones, go down to my grave, along with my pride. I can't take you with me. So carry my bones, 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 so carry my bones. Chandra Johnson, everyone. Couldn't play Carry My Bones without including that incredible solo that she does at the end of every performance. So, this next song is about Dallas kind of having second thoughts about the gift that the devil gave him, and kind of having a conversation with the devil. The devil maybe not in some kind of physical form, but maybe some sort of spiritual form, some sort of ghost-like form that appears to him. I'm walking down the road in my mind and having a conversation about this gift and what a gift it is. And maybe it's not the real devil. Maybe it's the devil that, that the little bit of devil that is lodged within Dallas's own soul. And you can kind of hear the conversation back and forth. But he realizes his power, but over the course of the song, he also realizes that that's not really what he ever really wanted. He didn't want to be invincible. He didn't ask to be invincible. He could have been, just another kid raised by two shitty parents, going from town to town, bar to bar, and that could have been it. But instead, this gift has not only killed his parents and turned away anyone that ever could have loved him, but left a past of mounting bodies and a future of much the same. And so you could tell the struggle is starting to manifest itself within him. song's called Mountains of Shame. Ah, James, I just saw that. Carry the problems of a previous generation. I like that. Yeah, because, you know, he is kind of carrying his father's mistakes on his own shoulders. I love that. I love having, you know, people who are listening to the album for the first time or having heard the album and studied it on their own, coming up with their own opinions. I love more than anything when other folks tell me their version of the story back to me. And it's different than the story that I have. And it's great. I love that. I'm not being sarcastic. It's so exciting for me to hear other people's rendition of the story. And it's, you know, the story isn't written out perfectly. You know, there are holes in the story that your imagination has to kind of make up in order to make the story make sense. So I love it. I love it. Not fully marching, more like spinning, slightly flailing. It's a rhythm much like falling down the stairs. Since there's no real reason for it, let us pause just for a minute. Stop pretending that the other isn't there. Oh, I can hear you telling secrets. I know what they say about me, but I can't tell you that none of it is true. But one thing that I can say is when they finally cross my way, they will be crying to the heavens, at least until I'm through. Even a mountain can know shame. The water runs in fear and wind will howl from the pain of my place upon this earth. No, we don't belong together. One foot goes right in front of the other. I'll lead the way, we'll walk forever. I can feel the ground beneath me quiver. Grown men hear my name and shiver. I am known for many tales of woe. For them how awkward it must be. For the man they've come to see is just a small boy, poor and alone, except for his banjo, arriving at the bar to play a show. They said, hey boy, where's your daddy? I got a word I'd like to have with him. It's time that he is answered for his crimes. I say, I don't know what you heard. My daddy has been dead a long time. I'm the man you've come to see. So let's just take this outside. Hey, on even a mountain can know shame. The water runs in fear and wind will howl from the pain of my place upon this earth. No, we don't belong together. One foot goes right in front the other. I'll lead the way, we'll walk forever. Everybody wants to kill the wolf. Everybody wants to show the world evil is no match for them, but evil only exists to kill good. I don't want to be the devil's hand, don't want to follow his command. All I want to do is front a band. I'm not a wolf, I'm just a man. Oh, everybody wants to kill the wolf. Everybody wants to show the world evil is no match for them, but evil only exists to kill good. I don't want to be the devil's hand, don't want to follow his command. All I want to do is front a band. I'm not a wolf, I'm just a man. Oh, even a mountain can know shame. The water runs in fear and wind will howl from the pain of my place upon this earth. No, we don't belong together. One foot goes right in front the other. Because of you, I'll walk forever. changed the ending there a little bit. The way that I wrote the song was more like that. This kind of folky song. And I didn't feel like ending it the way that it ends on the album really fits. So I threw another chorus on the end there. But also it included a lyric that is not included on the album, which is, because of you, I'll walk forever. And that's Dallas talking directly to the devil. Talking about running, talking about trying to find the devil. You kind of hear, it's like foreshadowing to the end of the album. Tyler Georgeson says, the other is what I've always referred to, that nameless Gaston-like character, because it just represents an archetype that's pursuing Dallas, and who knows how many of them he's buried. Well said. And why Dallas is so tired at the end of the song. Yeah. Well, you know, hard days killing can really wear a guy out. Yeah, there are a lot of others, actually, I guess, now that I think about it. Yeah, there's another in All Men Must Die. There's another in Finally Released. You do get... I like that. I like that's where the other comes from. So, Dallas continues on, and this is really where the guilt kind of sets in. And he finds himself not thinking that his life is a life worth living if it brings nothing but death and suffering. He sees the last moments of so many people's lives, and it weighs heavy on the side of him that isn't controlled by the devil. And this song actually was written originally by Ted, our drummer. Ted doesn't, he kind of fiddles on a little bit of piano, a little bit of guitar, but very minor, mostly just a kick-ass drummer. But he wrote, essentially kind of like the opening riff a little bit, or the chords at least. And then wrote the lyrics and sent them over to me. And then I kind of fleshed it out a little bit, and then we sat down and kind of reworked it and, kind of polished it together. So this song really does deserve, Ted really deserves a lot of credit for this song, for sure. I like it a lot because it does show a softer side of Dallas that I hadn't thought about and probably wouldn't have written, because I'd never considered Dallas to be in any way kind of soft, gentle, and poetic. And there's many lines in this song that I feel like are kind of that, or a little poetic. It almost as if it's a different Dallas talking. And I think that is definitely a reflection of, Ted's interpretation of the character. Ted had to stand next to me while I told this story to a bunch of people, night after night, drunk in a bar. So he definitely got his own impression. And in many ways, over the course of writing this album, pushed back on some of the things. He was like, that doesn't make sense because of this, and, we need to work this. And he asked a lot of questions as to why Dallas was doing the things that he was doing. And it made me have to think about it harder in order to really craft these characters and make them a little bit fuller. So he does deserve a lot of credit. Oh, I think this is the first song of the new chapter, The New Devil, right? I think so. Yeah, All Men Must Die. So this is the beginning of the third and final chapter, chapter 3, The New Devil. compassion for the tears that you wept. I move through the night, 'cause anyone can see there's no place in the light for a man such as me. The night is my cover, it keeps me unseen. A banjo, a buck knife, it keeps my pack lean. A flask full of madness to keep my mind clean. Oh, it's not very much, but it's all that I need. They say, why me? As the last breath leaves their body, the lesson they'll see in these eyes is no one is innocent. So therefore all men must die. He steps up to the stage, a gun at his side. He's sizing me up, and I'm not sure why. He thinks he'll succeed after so many have tried. I give him the nod and step into the night. The night air is cold, he fires his piece. The heat of the bullet, it passes my cheek. While he stands there frozen in disbelief, I pull out my knife and make his heart its sheath. And he says, why me? As his last breath leaves his body, the lesson he sees in these eyes is no one is innocent. So therefore all men must die. It's been 7 years, I've crisscrossed this land, feeling the weight of this blood on my hands, and taking what I want, but all that I need is the answer to the question of my destiny. Or maybe it's that I should just take my own life, reunite with my mother and father, where the gun always jams or fate doles the knife, and all that I hear is the devil's own laughter. And all say, why me? How's it fair that I can still breathe? I'll search my reflection with these cold, dead eyes and sit alone quietly and justifiably waiting to die. So we definitely get a new impression of Dallas Pistol, a little bit more sad, giving in to the devil, and trying to take his own life, but not being able to because of the devil's gift that has turned into more of a curse. And he realizes in that moment where he's really at rock bottom, not even able to take his own life, It's in that moment that he realizes that perhaps that gift, or that this curse, was actually a gift, and he could utilize this gift to use it the way he should have in the very beginning. That if he's invincible and he can murder anyone that he chooses, why doesn't he go straight to the source, the person who gave him the gift in the first place, and use it on him? And so he decides in that moment to seek out the devil in order to murder the devil. And in this song, within this song, he finds the devil, or he seeks him out and finds him. And they fight. And I think you know what happens. But this song is called Your Reward. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna give you your reward. Show you how all of your hard work comes back to give you everything that you've ever deserved. In some ways you're more my father than the man that you met long ago. Before the monster you've created stands before you to reclaim what is left of his father's soul. Oh, I'm not here to thank you, nor am I here to do what's right. It isn't all that tragic, don't make this so dramatic. It's revenge, plain and simple. You gave me all the skills I'll use to kill you tonight. Indifference is sad. I'm not the first monster that you created, but I'll make sure that I'm the last. I never learned what was right and what my life ever meant, but now I see that I have purpose. Every minute has led me to this moment. Oh, so carry my bones down to my grave. I gave you my word, never gave you everything. So carry my bones, go down to my grave, along with my pride. I'll take it with me. So carry my bones, claim your place on the devil's throne. His crown has been yours all along. He gave you his life, and all he needed he evil is gone. This chill in the wind says something is wrong. I was never told. How was I to know? If you kill the root, then nothing will grow. Then nothing will grow. So if you haven't figured it out by now, Dallas seeks out the devil, he finds the devil, he fights the devil, and he uses the gift given to him by the devil to kill the devil. And immediately after murdering the devil, he realizes that perhaps he's made a horrible mistake. He didn't realize that when you destroy all evil, or the embodiment of evil, that there can be no good. You need that dichotomy in order to understand good. And because the devil is only a metaphorical manifestation of evil, it's not like, everybody's like, oh great, there's no evil, that means we don't have to be good anymore. It's that metaphorical manifestation of good disappeared. I don't know if the science really adds up on it, but you gotta really stretch your imagination for that one. It's my story, so that's what happens. There were some interesting comments in here that I would like to talk about. My dad says, Dallas stopped being a man, mortal, when the devil gave him immortality. Perhaps the devil was tired and wanted someone strong enough to give him peace. You're not that far off from my own idea of the story. Tyler Georgeson, the deep man that he is, and how poetically ironic that on a song called All Men Must Die, Dallas is the only one who can't. Good catch, Tyler. I love it. I love it when people catch that stuff. Looks like Diego showed up. What's up, buddy? You missed a lot, but it'll be on YouTube and Patreon for everyone afterwards. But Dallas realizes that in a world with no evil, there can be no good, and with no good and no evil, you have nothing but a cold, dead world, void of any happiness and any sadness, any feeling at all, any emotion. And that also manifests itself physically in the world. The earth becomes just kind of a barren landscape. And this is about that. This song is called Cold, Dead World. Whoops. Everybody's got a soul to sell. Give it to the devil and the stories he'll tell are of lives lived well. 'Cause everybody's got a thing to steal. A deal with the devil is a hell of a deal when you got nothing to lose. In a cold, dead world. Oh, in a cold, dead world where the wind don't blow, where the trees don't grow. We live in a world of fire and dirt. The days are brutal, but the night is worse if your flame dies out. I was taught to be a man that men would fear. It's a dead man's game, making friends out here. Are you strong enough? We're in a cold, dead world. Oh, in a cold, dead world where the wind don't blow, where the trees don't grow. We're in a cold, dead world. Oh, in a cold, dead world where the sun don't shine, where the river runs dry. What do I do when the war is won? Where do I go when the job is done? Will I still go on? I guess everybody's got a soul to sell. As long as they believe in a road from hell, then I got my place. In a cold, dead world. Oh, in a cold, dead world where the wind don't blow, where the trees don't grow. In a cold, dead world. Oh, in a cold, dead world where the sun don't shine, where the river runs dry, where the road don't wind, where all men will die. So he realizes what lay before him is his fault, that he's destroyed good along with evil. And I guess probably the chapter title gave it away, but he realizes in that moment that there is a vacancy on the devil's throne, and there is only one person who can take the place of the devil and become the new devil, and that's Dallas Pistol. And it's funny that my dad's comment saying about how, perhaps it was the devil's plan all along, and that's kind of, I leave it open, but I like the idea that it was the devil's plan, because the devil is a mortal man, just like, the devil is a mortal man and only serves a certain time and then passes on his evil into another. I like that idea. I didn't realize that basically I was ripping off Tim Allen's The Santa Claus, and it wasn't until we'd finished the album and we're getting it mastered that I realized, oh my God, I basically wrote the story of Tim Allen's The Santa Claus, except about the devil. So I'm glad I left it open and not made it so blatant that it is a blatant ripoff of Tim Allen's The Santa Claus. Because it could, the devil never really tells Dallas what his real plans were. Whether if it was his intention to have someone take his place, or if, he made a mistake and Dallas caught him and killed him. But one thing that we do know for sure is that the devil is mortal, and can be killed. Perhaps Dallas realizes that this was planned for him all along to become the new devil, and now he becomes the new devil, but understands that when his time is up, he has to pass that evil into another. And at some point along the life of the other, they will realize what their gift was intended for and find Dallas and kill him. And then the circle is complete. And good and evil continues their strange, macabre dance. So this is the last song on the album. I can't believe we made it all the way through in about 2 hours, no less. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I thought we were going to be here another couple hours. I thought maybe I'd be rambling a lot more. No shit. Wow, thanks for pointing that out. Santa Claus was just on my TV before the stream started. Man, well, that is a coincidence, isn't it? So this is the last song. It's a dancey, joyful little number about him realizing that the course of his life has brought him to this moment, at which point he is to take his rightful place on the devil's throne. Benefit of anyone. I never thought my final victim would be the man who made me the monster that I've always been. Oh, 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 I take my rightful place on the devil's throne. Oh, 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 I take my rightful place on the devil's throne. Who knew there was a purpose for my tortured soul? I've always pointed the way. I never shoveled the coal, never taken orders, always made my own. The life I lived prepared me for the devil's throne. Oh, 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 I take my rightful place on the devil's throne. Oh, 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 I take my rightful place on the devil's throne. Oh, yeah. Daddy gave me the gift I never wanted to use. Mama loved me way too little and left me far too soon. I never really thought that I'd ever see them again, but it's a family reunion on the devil's chair. Oh, 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 I take my rightful place on the devil's throne. Oh, 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 I take my rightful place on the devil's throne. Oh, yeah. This is my legacy, and I know now that this is what I was born to be. I was the man that got to carry the devil's bones, but where do the bones of the devil go? Oh, 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 I take my rightful place on the devil's throne. Oh, 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 I take my rightful place on the devil's throne. Take my Last Rites of Dallas Pistol. That last 20 seconds or so, I was really trying hard not to laugh at Michael Carney's Santa and Satan are a misspell anyways. A misspell away. I found that very funny. I love Tyler's comment. Turns out the Last Rites of Dallas Pistol is a rite of passage. Tyler's a smart cookie. Tyler is also responsible for the video that started this whole day today. That video was a video that he made for the album release show at the Fillmore. So I decided to show it again because it was so good. Yeah, so, you know, the show obviously is free, but, you know, suggested ticket price of $15. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. If you got it, sweet. You make that choice. That's all you. If you got more than that, pay double. You know, I appreciate every single one of you, and you guys have been, you know, keeping me my rent paid, but also, you know, my sanity. And I say this every week, but even though you know this, I feel the need to just let you know how much I appreciate all of you, and that I really, truly look forward to these every week. And this was a very special occasion, given the fact that it is the birthday of this album of mine, and it's for sale. And every vinyl that is bought today will come with a free CD and some other stickers and other stuff like that. Yeah, you know, so gotta make a living somehow, right? But that was a lot of fun. But I'm gonna sign off here, and this will be live on YouTube and live on well, not live, but it'll be saved on YouTube and saved on Patreon, so all of you can watch it later. How about I leave you with something? I'm gonna leave you with, let's pull this down here. I'm gonna leave you with a music video that I made for Social Distance Live, David Bowie, that aired today at 11 a.m. And then I'm just gonna sign off and pour myself a nice tall glass of whiskey to pat myself on the back. So, love you guys. Have a great week. I'll see you all on Friday. Spread the word. Share this album with your friends. Share the music. And see you guys soon. Every chance that I take, I take it on the road. All those miles and miles and miles and those red lights. I was always looking left and right. Oh, but I'm always crashing in the same sleeping. As I push my foot down to the floor, I was going round and round and round in the hotel garage. Must have been touching clothes